Green, blue, and green, that's what we rock. Hawk Tawk, right with us. Glad to hear y'all dropped in. Hawk Tawk, slide with us. Walt and Dave get locked in, and let's go.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Walt, what's going on, bud?
How you doing, my man?
Good. Hey, we got another week of Hawk Talk. We took last week off. I was traveling with Anne-Marie. You know, speaking of Anne-Marie, she already popped her head in here and said, "Hey, you're running late." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, man." I get so much help. But anyways, we ran to Utah to see her kids for their birthday. So we did a road trip. And then doggone it, today I wasn't feeling quite right. I've had a history of blood clots from an injury when I was with the Seahawks. Went to the ER and I have a blood clot in my leg. So I'm glad I got in early, got the medication. I'm somewhat lucid. I figured let's do the show because we got Roy Lewis with us, man. You know, one of your teammates.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, and then we got Haley and oh shoot, here we go. At 60 and concussed.
Ari, yeah.
Ari, thank you. See, that's why Walt he picks up where I drop the ball all the time. But hey, how the kids doing? How's West Covina doing? West Covina football.
Yeah, we're doing well, man, and we're 5-2 right now.
Nice.
And so, hey, we're making a strong push through league right now. We have a good challenge this week. You know, they're gonna pass. Last week was a very run heavy. There was a team that ran kind of wing T as well. Wow. It gave us some problems, and we kind of dug ourselves a hole, but we were able to fight back and win that game. And again, the school we played against San Dimas, so you know about San Dimas.
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
Apparently, you know we've never beat them out of 4 contests in football.
Wow,
didn't know that. So we got our first victory against them.
Yeah, but they didn't have Walter Thurman III, Legion of Boom.
And I never played against San Dimas, you know, while I was there. Yeah, so this week we have Baldwin Park. They'll pass the ball around. They have some athleticism on the outside. So yeah, it's been good to be out there trying to get these corners in shape though.
Yeah,
I get them tackling.
Halfway through. Oh my God! Hey, don't talk about tackling DBs right now. I don't know. Bro.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on? Well, we're gonna get Roy in here. Before we start dissecting the poor tackling of the new NFL, we'll get Roy in here. But there was something else I was gonna bring up to you. Hey, when are you gonna be able to get? What's your schedule like Sunday? Because we're having these killer watch parties. For those of you that are following us, you know, Rosie and Market and all you guys that pop in every once in a while. These huge watch parties over at the Wild Goose. Is it the Wild Goose? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's someplace custom made the Wild Goose. Yeah. So we gotta get you out there because we'll have 50, 60 people and we're growing it. So
the 1 o'clock games are tough right now just because that's when we have our coaches meeting. We have it like at 1 o'clock and that goes until it's usually 1 to 4.
Well, we got Monday night.
Monday night, yeah, I can possibly pop in after practice. I'll look to do that.
All right. Yeah. All right. Enough of this stuff. No, we are trying to promote it, so I guess it is. And Hawk Tawk does host it, and we give stuff away, and we watch the Hawks, and doggone it, it's been a pretty good season so far. So, Pete, let's bring Roy in, man.
Mr. Lou.
Hello. What's happening?
Hey, my man.
Dave, what's happening, man?
You look good. Your hat's upside down.
Well, my team is winning right now, so we just want to rock LA anyway. Up, down, sideways, left ways, round ways, bar ways. It's our time right now. We paid a lot of money for it too.
Yeah. That's right. You better get a banner.
Absolutely, a few of them.
Few banners.
And Roy, we gotta get Walt out to hang out with us in Arizona. How much fun was that? With you, Earl Thomas, Trufant, Ben Obamanu, what I mean? That was a good time.
Bro, Walt, you would have had a great time, dude. You would have had a phenomenal time. Mario Bailey, Terry Holloman.
That's right.
A bunch of Seattle guys, and it was good, Thurman. It was good to catch up, man. I think the last time I saw you in Arizona, we were at that golf tournament, remember?
Yeah.
Or the little golf scramble that we played together.
Yeah, for sure. That was the last time, yeah.
That's
okay,
so
too long.
before we start dissecting, last week's game, next week's game, this I don't know what I don't know what happened to DBs and how come they don't tackle anymore. But we're going to give you, Roy, the platform because Ben shared a story with us about an incident in camp when you guys faced off. I don't know if you remember the incident, but it started a melee that cleared both benches. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't remember. Refresh my memory. CTE, refresh it. Too many concussions. No, refresh it. Tell me the story, Walt. Tell a story. What happened?
No, I mean, he was just mentioning that some of the Jeremy Lane, coming out there.
Oh, yeah.
And, trying to, earn his spot, small school guy, right? Trying to, make an impression there. And, him and, Ben was tussling.
Yeah.
And trying to get.
So it was Jeremy. So I thought it was Roy.
That was Night Train.
Yeah.
That was Night Train Lane. Yeah. We had some good battles though. We had some really, really good battles. It's funny, Thurman, that we're talking about battles because I coach out here in Arizona with Phil Bates.
Oh, okay.
So Phil Bates, wide receiver, who used to play in Seattle. He lives out here in Arizona, and we coach our son's 6U team together. And he always tells the kids of the story of when I gave him his welcome to the NFL moment. He said I dug my face mask in his McRibs, and he said I just coughed, and he said I hit the ground. And I was like, wow, he really hit me that hard, dude. And I'm like, he said you just looked at me like, get up, it's football. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's on par.
Yeah, that's on par for me. That's right, buddy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mr. Gimme More.
Yeah, all the way.
No, so it was fun. We enjoyed it, Dave. Like it was competitive. I think iron sharpens iron, and I think that's what we always tried to. That was kind of our crusade in Seattle. Everybody was familiar with one another from the Pac-10. At that time, we all were familiar with each other from California or high school ball, and so when Pete brought us all together, it was like I said, a Pac-10 All-Star team, and sprinkled in, of course, Cam and Earl and all the other guys, moving parts. But we had a good little family there, and it was dog eat dog. We went against each other really hard. I like the battles every day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. And I always tell people we talked about this last week, and I always mention this aspect of like people when ask me about like, well, what's your experience in the NFL and stuff like that. And again, like this is the main thing, right? You're a dog and I'm a duck. Right? You're husky, you're husky and ducks. We don't get along. But in Seattle, you are always look at you as a mentor. And this is actually when True came on. Let's talk about just giving you guys his flowers as far as just being just upstanding professionals within that space of looking out for the younger guys. And here I am coming in, and we're essentially we're competing for the number 3 spot. At the corner, we're competing for the nickel spot. And, some guys, look at that situation of competition of like, oh, I'm not going to help that guy out. But here was a guy with, you within his capacity that, hey, you need help with this? Took somebody underneath their wing to be able to help, transition from college to the professional space. And, a lot of times that gets very overlooked within that aspect because, guys are competing for their livelihood, you're trying to make the team, you're trying to stay in the city, and the competition is very fierce. And I always respected that, from you, from a teammate, from a male perspective in that capacity, and just a mentor, man, for real.
Man, I appreciate that, Thurman. Real talk, that touched my heart, man. I'll say sometimes you don't hear that, but I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful for that sentiment, and I'll say. That was done to me by Troy Polamalu, by Ryan Clark, by Tyrone Carter, by Ike Taylor, by all the guys that I came into the league with in Pittsburgh on that championship team. They had the same exact mentality as we had in Seattle, iron sharpen iron, guys looking out for one another. And I remember vividly Tyrone Carter, who was a former Thorpe Award winner from the University of Minnesota, played a number of years in Pittsburgh. I think he got 2 Super Bowls with Pittsburgh, one under Cowher, one under Tomlin. But he pulled me aside and said that a lot of times, the exact same words you said, years before I even met you and years before you just reaffirmed it. He said, sometimes you don't get guys who want to look out for one another. He said, To me, my job is to make sure that you're prepared because we're all on the same team. And if we don't win together, we all lose together, which means we all going to get cut. So I want you to be as prepared as possible because guess what? If they toss you in there, I want you to do good. We want to continue to win. We want to continue to cultivate success. We want to continue to cultivate that competitive mindset that, no matter what, we are forged with each other. We not leading each other's back. We in the trenches together, and whatever happens, that's what happens. But we ain't deserting. No surrender, no retreat. And so it's cool to hear that coming from you because that was done to me, and I know that you did it and extended that to Jeremy and to the next guys underneath you, and then so on and so on. And that's the way the league goes. No matter what decades you came in or what generation you played under or what CBA you played under. I mean, the unwritten rules are universal. We take care of one another. This is our brotherhood. You know what I mean? So thank you, Thurman. I appreciate that. Love you, bro, for that.
Yeah, most definitely.
And right, the discussion you guys are sharing right now is what everybody really enjoys about our show. We don't sit here and spit a bunch of statistics out. There's too many shows that do that. You want fantasy points, you want statistics. What we do is we talk about the locker room. We talk about playing against each other, with each other.
Right.
What does that look like? What does that feel like in the locker room? What does it feel like on the field when things aren't going right from a real player's perspective? And so, with that in mind, let's just talk about the defensive backfield for so many teams. I'm watching DB standing while a guy runs by him or whiffing, or I know I didn't see that with you all, right?
Yeah.
And I know when I was there with Easley and Paul Moyer and Patrick Hunter, and I didn't see that because Chuck Knox wouldn't be done with that foolishness. You'd be selling cars like I was my second year. So but do you guys see the same thing? And why is it?
No, I agree, Dave. I think there has been a trend over the past few years. I would say probably the last decade, in importance in tackling, and part of that maybe because of how the rules have changed. Right? There's so much scrutiny, and then at one point there's so much oversaturation of it, whether it's CTE or the headhunting hits or disqualifications or target zones or targeting or who's defenseless, who's not, and so it's become so just convoluted and just so mucky down there that guys are like, well, can I tackle him? Should I tackle him? Is it a business decision now? If I go up there and really give him a thud, they may terminate me or disqualify me for the contest. That can hurt my team tremendously. You know what I mean? So I see where guys are struggling with that decision, but I think it also goes back to, again, it's a double-edged sword. It goes back to what Thurman was saying. Maybe this is just a generational thing, right? With all the 7-on-7, when me and Thurman played 7-on-7, when you played, Dave, 7-on-7 was a period during practice. It wasn't its own entity, right? So you focused on, the fundamentals of getting your feet in the position, run, shuffle, run, tracking the near hip, understanding cutback angles, understanding pursuit drill. You're not chasing the same teammate's color, right? Or Coach LeBeau would say, hey, man, you better go in there and saw him in half. You know what I mean? That was the mentality. I don't necessarily think that that's not the mentality, but I don't think it's enforced. We're looking at teams who are lighting up the scoreboards now. There's no more defensive shootouts anymore where the score is, 9-3. Everything is 30 plus points a game. They're trying to light up the scoreboard. So maybe that may have something to do with it, but you're right. I would love to get back to old school. And I'm not saying that we're celebrating big hits, but there's something to be said about sure tackling and getting guys down on the field properly.
Well, and there's another aspect to it, and it's that money dynamic. We have safety signing $17 million a year deals. I mean, if you're, Kenny Easley and those guys, they weren't playing for the money.
No question.
They weren't
Ronnie Lott wasn't playing for the money.
But now, but 17 million is, you put yourself in a bad situation, and you can't make 17 million next year because you took somebody's head off. I can take somebody's head off. I want to play next year and the year after that, and I've got generational money where I can only play 5 years, 7 years, and not have to play 10, 12, 15 years,
Absolutely.
So I think that might have a little bit something to do with it. The contracts are just getting crazy. I always love to share. My rookie contract was $60,000. I got a $12,000 signing bonus in 1988. So, it needed to do something.
Right, absolutely. It can only get better from there. You gotta go up.
And I think having dove into like the high schools like football scene now, and like seeing like it's just a lack of technique. And tackling is want to and technique. And then to Roy's point of like the 7-on-7, you're getting a lot of guys that are out there, especially on the defensive side. It's just two-hand touch. It's just two-hand touch, right? So like you're not getting down there, breaking down, getting position, belt buckle to hip to be able to make that tackle. You're able to go use your arms and extend, to get that person down because it just ends the play there, or it becomes like a flag type of situation, right? And so now these habits are transitioning over to once the pads come on, they're still in that mindset, especially from the high school level and then in the college level. I think there's so much turnaround. Guys are, they're with a team, then they're hitting the transfer portal.
Right.
Now they're missing, that winter period, spring in some cases, to where that's a very fundamental aspect. And now they get on team in August. So they just win a whole, half a year with no training. And so, and that's what's happening. And that's why I think, some guys that are drafted in the first round, they wouldn't have been drafted in the first round when we were coming out there in that capacity. The game has kind of evolved, and like the skill set is kind of deteriorating in a weird way because, the emphasis on technique is not there.
I'll share a funny flag story. I don't know. I got a wild hair, and I don't know how old I was, maybe 48 or something. And these guys, hey, we're at the bar probably. Go, hey, you come out and play flag football with us? I'm like, sure, whatever. And I get out there, and I actually caught a ball like out in space, and I'm running down the field, and this guy like is standing right in front of me, and I thought, man, you're stupid, and I just ran him right over. Well, you can't do that. I didn't know. Yeah, because in flag you're supposed to avoid the guy. And I just struck him. I like stepped on his chest, and I'm like, I scored a touchdown, and they was throwing a flag. I go, what's the flag for? Well, you can't run him over.
Just run him over.
Wow.
This is
He's Antonio Brown and put his foot on his chest.
Yeah.
I love it.
I didn't touch the ball too much after that. Anyhow, hey guys. Oh wait, let's talk about. Well, actually, you know what? Let's bring our guests in because I'm telling you what. So, at the risk of having these two sharp young females make us look bad, we're bringing them in. We're going to talk Seahawks football, and we're going to see what kind of action. I've been listening to them talk about the Mariners. We know what they're talking about. And Pete, are you going to bring them in, or did they quit? Oh no, they're here. All right, good.
Awesome.
I almost left after Roy's talking about the Dodgers. I said, I can't.
I'm a dog too. I'm a dog and a hawk.
You got a coug.
Go Huskies. That's right, girl.
You got a coug. We don't agree on that.
Don't coug it.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I was looking at your age. I'm thinking, wait, no, you're not. But
oh, not right now.
No.
But once a coug, always a coug.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know nothing for that Pac-10 stuff, man. I play at San Diego State.
He's San Diego State guy.
Flawless.
Yeah.
There you go, the Aztecs.
Yeah, we just beat them. That's all. They don't want to play us.
I'm truly a Seattle U Red Hawk, but
There you go. I know Seattle U.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So who wants to break down the last game? We got a nice win. Of course, Jacksonville did have that short week, but wait, we'll take it.
Let Haley and Ari break it down.
Yeah. See what you got, girls.
All right.
Let's do it.
Dave, Ari, forgetting Ari's name, she was a little upset.
Well, I don't blame her, but believe me. Hey, Anne-Marie, how many times have I forgot my fiance? I'm like, hey, you. No.
It's okay. I've taken a.
Oh boy, she's right there. I'm getting the stink eye. Baby, I'm doing that so Ari doesn't feel bad. I never forget that.
Yeah. It's okay. I've taken a few softballs to the head, so
perfect.
It's not feeling good.
Perfect.
Well,
we move on.
Another road win in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Coming off a Jacksonville team that beat the Chiefs, which I think threw everybody off.
Yeah,
in the country.
I feel like the NFL as a whole this year is really bizarre. Like 1 week the Panthers are blowing out the Falcons. The next week the Falcons are beating the Bills. So genuinely, I mean, like you're kind of confident going into Jackson. But then again, we also had any defensive players where we were like, I don't know, how's it gonna go? You never know. But I was impressed.
Yeah.
I thought the backups did so good. Like, I'm impressed.
I think it was Shaquille Griffin back in
Yeah.
in the hometown. Isn't he from Jackson?
Florida, I know.
Yeah.
Where it was? Well, you know where Shaquille Griffin's from?
I don't. I want to say he went to.
Oh, they went to
South Florida. Isn't he in South Florida?
Central Florida?
Yeah. South or Central?
Because that's why him and Shaquem both went back to Jacksonville, I believe. Anyhow.
Let's see where he's.
He's
from the Tampa Bay area.
Someone said I need to flip my phone sideways.
No. What? Now you're sideways.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like it this way. This is better.
Yeah. Hey, the Pirates of the Caribbean behind you? What is that?
That's my bridge to creativity. You see that?
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
I sit here and I think about things here. This is where it all comes. Yeah.
Meditation.
All right. So it looks like we lost the girls.
They were talking good though. Good for them.
No, they were. I think we just lost the connection.
Okay.
Yeah, their signal started dropping all of a sudden. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll try and bring them back though. You're good.
Okay.
Guys.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thanks, Pete. So this week, Monday night, I
guess it's a small tidbit from last week's game. I know Smith and Jigma. He had 162 yards. So I just seen something that he's on pace to break Calvin Johnson's receiving record. And like 1,972 yards.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And what Sam Darnold had, and Sam Darnold had 300 yards, about 60% completion rate, 112 rating. Sam, what's amazing though about Sam, because we've been doing our watch parties, Roy, we go and 50, 60 people that I'm kind of entertaining a little bit, but watching the game, of course, but it just doesn't seem like he's doing it with a whole lot of fanfare. It almost seems like he's not doing anything. And then at the end of the game, he's got the yards, he's got the TDs, he's managing the ball pretty well. We had a really fluky pick at the end of the Tampa Bay game, which gave that one away. But, that stuff's going to happen. But if we can minimize it, it's just like every single week he just seems to show up and you look at the numbers are there, especially when we walk away with a W,
Yeah.
And that's what we need.
Got to run the ball more. I guess we ran the ball 22 times, but only for 60 yards. So we got to be a little bit more efficient running the ball though.
Right. I think that Sam is doing a great job of bringing it all together. He makes the plays that he needs to make in order for us to be successful. Sometimes if it's through the air, that means he needs to do it through the air. If he needs to get it done with his feet, he gets it done with his feet. And he's been doing a great job of finding everyone, but as of late, he knows who to tune into. And it's a beautiful thing when a quarterback and a wide receiver are confident enough in each other to say, I don't even care if you double team me, triple team me. You got to stop me. It's coming to me. Stop me. And then not only that, he goes and be successful every single time he steps out on that field. The kid is on a tear. That's his crusade this year. He's trying to bust the league wide open, and he's doing it. And why not be the beneficiaries of it? Everyone around us benefits. The running game benefits. The passing game benefits, of course. Sam benefits. And then our defense, our special teams, everybody is hype. And so when you get that kind of electricity in the building and that kind of duo going and that kind of energy going, it's contagious. Walt, you know what time it is. When you get that kind of energy going, everybody is rolling and clicking on all cylinders. No one is being selfish. Everyone is being selfless. We don't care who gets the credit. We just want to win and play winning ball. And teams who distribute the ball like Sam has been doing lately, you're successful. That's the rubric. He's doing it in true Seattle fashion. No one can name any of our receivers, quote unquote, but yet the numbers, the touchdowns, and everything else, and all the stats don't lie. And we're in the running, and we're always going to be in the hunt. And that's the way that the Hawks have always done it, and we'll continue to do that. And I love the fact that Sam stepped right into that, knowing that, and was like, "Yeah, I'm right at home. Let's go."
Right. Yep.
Looks like we got Haley and Ari back. Are we connected?
Yeah, did you kick us out?
Oh, no. No.
I'm just kidding. I'm not that mad at you.
No, I did not. I'm not Wizard of Oz back here with any control panel on it.
You're right.
All right.
You are
So,
right.
all right. What are our keys to winning this week, girls?
I think that O-line, which we also have questions for you guys because
All right.
you guys obviously have played it and we have not. However, we've watched Seahawks football all of our lives and seeing the O-line this year compared to all of the years that we have watched. I mean, as fans, we've been begging for an O-line, and to see that Sam Darnold had one sack last game, and he's barely been sacked this season. I mean, he has time in the pocket. He's able to be getting the ball where he needs to be, or he can make a run. I don't know the last time that we've seen so much protection from the offensive line. But like, is that genuinely because of new players or experience, or is that coaching, or is that Sam Darnold, or a mixture?
That's all of the above. And great question, because I will assure you that most fans watching the game aren't going to break it down to the core, and that is the guys up front. Without the guys up front, all those beautiful names Roy was rolling off don't even matter, right? And you're right, that has been the Achilles heel of our team on both sides of the ball, but mostly the offensive line, and they are working so awesome as a young unit. And I've been saying this since the beginning of the season, is that sometimes, just like with the Legion of Boom, it just started with all fresh young faces and saying, okay, we're going to make a difference. You know, we've all heard it. We're coming here. Everyone's going to say the offensive line is horrible. And they are like undercover brothers. They're just all doing it as a unit. It's like there's 5 players, but it's one player. And I'll tell you, though, one thing that has really helped them is the new offensive coordinator and the new scheme of 1, 2, 3 tight ends, fullback, single back set. And that helps a young offensive line get their legs, get their timing, get their confidence, and then start branching it out, right? But I think it was genius. I think that the scheme has been great and been very helpful to a young offensive line. And now they're starting to feel their oats, man. They're like, man, we can do this, But to Walt's point just a minute ago, we've got to do much better than 3 yards a game, 3 yards a carry. We got to get, league is up there like 3.8. On some of the better running teams. That 0.8 is a big difference, because 2 plays, you're 3rd and 3 instead of 3rd and 6. So, that 0.8 makes a big difference when we're talking about 4 plays, per series. Anyhow, great question.
It's been interesting though, because even with the threat of the run, while we're not like successful with it, that's what's opening up JSN, Cooper Kupp, Torrey Horton, because defenses are so threatened by Walker, Charbonnet, and the amount of times that we're running, that it's opening up. Like throwing for 295 yards is insane.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Yeah. With at a 65% completion rate and a touchdown and no turnovers.
Yeah.
That's been killing us the past couple of years too. We've been making some poor decisions and forcing things. And like I said, every quarterback's going to throw some picks, but he only has a couple. And one was just bad timing.
One was off a helmet.
Off a helmet. Thank you.
Yeah. It doesn't count.
It changed the trajectory of that pass. Had it not hit his helmet, it would have hit the receiver in his head.
Oh, 100%.
Instead, it hit the linebacker who was in the trail position right in his belly button. And you know how it is, Walt. Tips and overthrows.
Gotta get him.
Gotta get those. Gotta get those. So
unfortunately, we witnessed that live. So
I know. So that was, I don't count that one like you said, but it goes in the stat book, and it just it took the win out of ourselves in that game. That was our game. You know what I mean? We played so well. It was a great battle, but and sometimes you get the bear and sometimes the bear gets you, but we bounced back from that. So
I have a question for you guys, because you guys are in the Seattle area and you guys are going to the Seattle games. And our 2 losses are at home.
Yeah.
And we have not been playing
about to
well
hit
at home for the past
this.
couple years, feels like.
Yeah.
What do you guys feel the
I
vibe
will
is and
say-
why we don't play well?
I don't know why we don't play well in the regular season games, because what genuinely blew our mind this year is going to that first preseason game against the Raiders at home, and that 12 factor that Mike McDonald spends a lot of the offseason talking about trying to get back. It was insane. The 12s were forcing false starts on a preseason game. So I don't know. The fan perspective seems like they're in it back in 12 form, back in the LOB days, but I don't know where that 10-1 record for Mike McDonald on the road isn't translating to Lumen Field.
Yeah.
Total off-ball way, though, but the Mariners were having a hell of a year, too, where they're playing better on the road as well. So I don't know what that is, a pressure factor, young guys.
I will say, after, because we went to the Bucks game, and I don't know. I thought we were getting back to the OG 12s. Like, it was impressive. I think that, I mean, also too, I think that now people have bought into Sam Darnold. I think at first, the first week or two, people weren't, you know how people are, they're not confident. They don't know how, if he's just a KOC merchant, yada, yada, yada. And I think by now, like, people have bought in and they're like, okay, like, we're rocking with this team. Like, they're actually doing good. Sam Darnold's our guy. And I think that will in turn, hopefully, bring out the OG 12s, because we need that home field advantage for sure.
Yeah.
That's fact.
Well, that's how it's always been, going back to the Kingdom. Nobody wanted to play there, you know. And Lumen is as a lot of stadium as any indoor stadium. But it's the fan base of, to your guys' point. Stop selling your tickets. If you can sell your tickets, sell them to a Seahawks fan. Please have some pride. You know, I mean,
I think they started putting some limitations on that to try to avoid that. But I think last year too, you saw this transition from Pete Carroll to Mike McDonald, and some fans feeling a type of way about that too. So you now are going to a second year.
Yeah.
He's got more time on his belt. People are buying into him too as well.
I've also noticed too, the games that we've gone to, even when Sam Darnold makes like one mistake, everyone that I've heard from is not like, oh, screw him, like he effed up the game, like whatever. It's like, it's kind of just like, oh, it wasn't his fault. That was a great game. And I'm like, yes, we're not shit talking him. This is great.
It's like our guy Russ in New York. There, he gets it for one play for Jackson Dart and misses a pass, and everyone's booing him.
He's looking like the awkward uncle out there. It's not good.
It's really unfortunate though that players have to kind of endure that type of situation, because I mean, it's, you know,
I'm like uncomfortable watching it.
Miss that pick.
I get uncomfortable watching it. So glad we don't have that situation.
No.
All right, so our keys to win, we already talked about, is establishing the run. I think it's pretty much, we can say this for every single game for the rest of the year. If we can do that, it sets up the entire offense the way that the new OC has it structured, and then we keep our defense off the field. But man, I don't know about you guys, but that Leonard Williams, whatever he's drinking or whatever pill, I love that. I mean, that dude's playing like he's his second year, and he's having a blast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's not like old dude playing. He's like, man, you know, and running down the field, you know, and I'm like, good for him, man. How many years you got left? Enjoy him, and you're killing it, and he's killing it,
big time.
And everyone is gonna get tired of me saying this. Only because Uchenna that lives down here in Carson, and we've been able to have him on the show a couple of times and support him. Man, it is nice to see a healthy Uchenna. He had 2 sacks 2 weeks ago. He had a sack and a half this last week. You know, with him on one side, Mafe, and we are just doing some fun stuff. If we can stay healthy in that backfield, I think we'll be pretty good. We'll be pretty good. But I think you guys said the backup stepped up this last week, and I agree with you.
Yeah. I think that was a big concern going into the Bucks game. I mean, we held our own. To the last drive, and then again going in a 4-1 Jacksonville team, you're wondering if the same thing's going to happen, but no problem. And Byron Murphy, another name you got to pay attention to.
Yeah. But
he really turned it around.
Yes, and then so now what about our linebacking core? How are we doing there? It seems like that's the one area that you don't hear a whole lot about. But they're a little bit undersized, but they fly around. I'll defer this to the two, our two DBs. Those are the cats that are, keeping people off you. And
what you got, Thurman, for the linebacker core? Because we think
thoughts?
differently as far as linebackers. Yeah.
I like Ernest Jones. I think he was a great addition.
Yeah.
Coming in from last season, I think that was something that was lacking, in the defense there. I think it's tough to say right now.
It's not KJ.
I think the DB space is what's kind of holding us behind, unfortunately. It burns me. It hurts me to say that.
All right, boys, scoot up.
Yeah, but even this past week, though, right? Guys were kind of, all over the place. It wasn't really sound technique. The games that we could have won, guys are kind of a little lackadaisical within that situation. Injuries are kind of creeping up on us right now, too. We got to get those guys, they got to get right. And I know they have a couple injuries in there. Some guys are playing that haven't been normally playing in there. But I think right now that's what's kind of like what's hurting the overall, at least the defense side of the ball. Like you said, the defense line has been playing very solid. I think the linebacker core has been playing, solid as well. The DB's just got to get it in tow right now, and then and we're 4-2. So we're in a solid position. Those two games that we lost were games that we could, easily be sitting 6-0 right now. But we hurt ourselves. And
he's 5-1 for sure.
Yeah, we hurt ourselves, and all we can do is get better and get healthy from it. Because we still have a lot of football left.
Yeah, I agree with that statement, Therm. I honestly think that our defense, again, we make the plays that we need to make in order to survive, quote unquote. But that's just not the true capacity of the players that we have. You know what I mean? And we don't like to harp on, things on defensive side. It's like, you have a short-term memory. So we'll let it be that. What we've done in these past 6 games, that's what it is. We have a new challenge this week, and they're coming in full of confidence. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You got to stop them right now. It's a freight train. This is 2 powerhouse teams right now playing great ball. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And so I think our guys will rise to the challenge, but make no mistake about it. If we come in thinking anything other than this is the greatest challenge that we're going to face right now, we're going to be in for a rude awakening. You know what Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, that's right.
They coming in there with their fist out. They letting you know, hey, we are here. You know what I mean?
And I think you guys made a great point earlier about the NFL. It's literally any given Sunday. There is not really just an overall dominant team like we've seen in the past. Anybody can get beat, home or away. It's just really who's showing up that day. And even going to Houston, they just put 44 points up on the Ravens this past weekend, and on the road too. So that's they're going to come in hungry. They're going to feel confident. Coming into Lumen Field. But they're a beatable team. They're sitting at 2-3, but they have always had a very solid team. They've had some setbacks a little bit. The offensive line is not good, so I think we have an advantage there. But yeah, you gotta love the challenges. Gotta love the challenges.
I think we're gonna gobble CJ Stroud up like Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
You want to be like the turkey leg?
How do you guys feel about him calling himself old?
Oh yeah, he blew it. He blew it. That's a clown comment.
That's crazy at 23. It sounds like you need to hit the weight room.
Yeah, no, he's tripping. He's tripping with that comment.
But what was the comment? He said he feels old right now.
He's not as quick as he used to be.
Yeah.
He's not as agile as he used to be back in college and stuff.
He's not mobile, agile, and hostile no more. But
so he's gonna focus more on his nutrition and his working out. He said.
Huh. That's an excuse. That's an excuse he's giving right now, huh?
Yeah.
For being CJ still has it. Like at the end of the day, CJ still got it. Do not make mistakes.
I'm a big fan of CJ Stroud. I wish that he could get an O-line.
I'll take I'll take Walter
That's
back
Monday.
to a case in point. We went to go play. Remember Andre Johnson?
Yep.
First play of the game.
Shot.
Was out there popping off, right? Oh, we're going to drop the bomb, drop the hammer on him. First play of the game, 80 yard. We got a plan until you get punched in the mouth. You remember that? In the locker room, we was popping. Oh, we ain't scared of the Texans. We finna go out there and smash them. Arian Foster, who? TJ Watt. Bro, first play.
Bombs away.
Hey, everybody on our team was like this. Look, what is going on here?
He's a Hall of Famer.
Hey, start chopping our pockets like we got keys. Look, whatever, man. What is going on here?
Yeah, so, hey, wait, you. No, you.
What was going on? Yeah, it was, yeah. You know how I be sometimes, so it'll be good. Hey, shaking it up. I like it. I like it, young ladies.
Wow.
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate that.
I like it. I'm going to follow you girls and check you guys out. Yeah,
good,
right on.
Good.
Yeah,
We'll see you in the World Series.
Wait, you got some more. Wait, we're not done. We're not done yet.
Wait, you know. So Walter, I'm torn being from LA. I'm a Dodger fan, but then going there, I'm a Mariners fan as well. So, and both of those hats are good. You know, anywhere I go. So,
are you gonna be that fan that wears like the LA hat and like the Mariners shirt, so it's like you can't fucking lose, you know? Like
no. I'm always gonna go home team first, always first. But then I go Mariners. You know what I mean? So I am torn. If we get there, I will be very happy. It'll be super cool.
Yeah.
Wait, can we ask you guys a favor?
Absolutely.
What's going on?
Yeah. Right, no, you guys said you had questions. Fire them.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, now that we're on this topic, can you guys get a hold of whoever in the Seahawks right now and tell them to do the Mariners victory dance?
Come on, guys.
On the field.
You want the celebration to go up.
Yeah.
You have no idea. And the Sounders heard our message and they came through. The Seahawks have yet to come through.
So I asked them for their roommate.
What is this victory dance?
What? The Mariners do a circle victory dance every time they win.
I'll look it up.
We got to send that up. Walt, send the bat signal up, bro.
So I'm gonna need
send it to Mario. We'll just send it to Mario Bailey, you know, and then we'll get kind of up the ladder, you know.
You know, we put that out to the Seattle Sports Fan Nation a couple weeks ago, and they're begging for it. Yeah.
No, I saw that, and I don't have no idea what it is, but it made sense to me because of that crossover, right? It is.
Yeah,
totally.
You know, hey, and some of the foolish stuff these guys are doing now, it can't be any worse than that. So, you know.
It actually seems like a pretty simple, you know, it's not a triple backflip, double twist.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
Gotta get our power on. Let's do it, Walt.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been.
You film it first, Walt, and then send it to me, and then I'll see if it looks good.
That's another thing that we've loved about Mike McDonald. He's been talking about the crossover. He's loving trying to bring the same energy that the Mariners are bringing to Seattle to the Seahawks locker room. It's cool to hear him talk about that.
Good, yeah.
You know, hey, here's what we can do. We'll get Walt and Roy to record themselves doing it, and then you can put it on your show.
Perfect.
Thank you. It's a group effort.
It's a group thing, but sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
You don't want to see me doing any kind of celebration.
Oh, I do.
The icky.
No.
The icky shuffle.
I'll break a hip.
Yeah.
Roy, to tell us about your sports agent now. Is this correct?
Oh yes, that is correct. That is correct. So I'm happy that you asked about that, my good man Thurman. I just happen to have a brochure on hand. Oh. You guys know what that. Well, flip it around. You guys know what it says. It says Rain, and you guys definitely know who that is, and that's Vita.
That's Vita Bad. Go Dogs.
That is Vita. Go Dogs.
Yeah.
So, Walt, as you know, that I've been an NFL certified PA agent now for the past 2 years, going on 3 years, and second season, excuse me, and just been building in that space. Latched on with my former agent, which is Cameron Foster, with Rain Sports Management. Cameron was, of course, Kenny Easley's agent, the Hall of Famer, then later became Napoleon Kaufman's agent and a host of other guys. So Cameron represented not only me, but some other guys. I wanted to get into that space. He became my mentor, and one thing led to another, and now I'm a certified NFLPA agent with some clients as well that are playing currently. And I have a client currently in the Canadian League, so I'm getting ready to become a Canadian football agent as well. So that's what I'm doing. So you guys can check it out, rangesportsmanagement.com, or just go to sportsmanagers.com, sports with a S managers, and it'll pop right up. But we got some good guys. Of course,
How'd you get that domain? That wasn't taken already?
And man, you know the universe, man. When you protect it, Walt, the universe, man.
Hey,
The universe don't miss, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's right in front of your face.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so it worked out. Really, really cool. Matter of fact, I'll send you young ladies a copy of it. You guys give me your email. I mean your I can send you a low res copy via email, but I can also send you some other stuff, hard copies, and you can kind of see it. Yeah, and then that's how it is. And so I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying talking to young players. I've been enjoying mentoring young kids as far as the potential pitfalls that they may or may not encounter in this journey to the NFL and through the NFL and transitioning out of the NFL, right?
Yeah.
You know, and so there's life after football, and these young men need to know that going into that this is not the end all be all. You know, enjoy it. But I enjoy this space, and so for guys like myself and Walt who may, you know, we've always wanted that kind of like that liaison, that former player, but who can still do business. It works because I talk football first. I'm your gridiron brother first. You know what I mean? I want to know about the X's and O's. I want to know about the game plan. I want to know what kind of scheme, what kind of front you're running, what's on the menu. But then also on the back end, hey, let's do business. Oh, by the way, this is due. Or hey, we got this going on. Hey, keep in mind, you know what I mean? So I enjoy the dichotomy of both sides. And so it's been fun. It's been really cool to meet some cool players, to have some good conversation with players. And I just look forward to keep building because it's just getting better and better. It's just more and more momentum. Because once players find out that you're a former player, they're like, "Oh, for real? And you for real played for real? You just didn't, you just wasn't there." Yeah, and so it's a different mentality. It's a different kind of conversation. You know what I mean? And so and I cherish those relationships. I cherish those bridges that I build with players because it is truly about the brotherhood. As Thurm can, I still remember that picture we got Thurm in the locker room with me, you, and True, looking up back from 2010. You know what I mean? With our hats all folded up.
Yeah.
So it's about that brotherhood. So yes, that's what I've been doing as of late. The season is well and alive. A lot of transactions, as you can see. NIL space as well. As far as marketing and branding, and just overall a litany of things as far as community service, putting on events for the clients, whatever services they may need. You know, marketing deals.
Roy,
yes, sir.
I'll tell you, you touched on a couple of things when you're talking about what your philosophy is, and a big aspect is we all know that agents are there while the contracts are being signed and the money's flowing in. But are the agents there when the song is over? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the musical chairs, the last seats there. So to be a person that is helping them in that, and I try to encourage players, even though they're signing $10 million deals in the off season. What are you doing? Yeah, you're training, but you know what else you should be doing? Doing an internship. Figure out what you want to do. You know, because so many young guys still take the de facto coach, trainer, whatever it is, insurance agent, financial planner. But not everyone's cut out to do that. They just do it because somebody convinced them that you've got a network and you've got a name and we can leverage that. But it doesn't mean you're going to be happy doing it.
Absolutely.
And so so my nonprofit, the First and Goal Project, helps both veterans and former athletes in transition. And we help them find that career based on assessments. We coach them through a day in the life of what is this going to look like for not today, but the next 30 years. Right. Is it something you want to do? Right. Right. And then we help them build, video resumes. And then we have over 100 companies that will scrub them and want to hire them. But that's what I think the key to being a good agent is not just taking care of them today, but wrapping everything up and taking care of them tomorrow. Now, Pete, I'm going to ask you a question. Do we have Raphael? Because I can't read those. Walt, do we have Raphael? Is it in the chat?
No.
We need a chat expert. Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
We're going to carve out a 3-minute section of the show where you go through scrub the chat and in case there are people talking to us, because I don't know. And so we can answer any questions. But do we have Raphael?
No.
Okay. Well then, never mind.
I told him no, don't worry about it because you guys were doing real good.
So hey, and just so you guys know, Raphael is one of the top odds makers in the country, and Raphael tells us, what the odds are for the upcoming game, prop bets, and all kinds of cool stuff. And then we're gonna maybe get a sponsor out of that deal, which is nice. So all right, back to the girls asking questions. We've got a handful of time, a little bit of time.
Well, I was just gonna follow up on that. Do you guys find it, especially with Roy, what you're doing, and Dave, and is that messaging harder for athletes transitioning to college to NFL now with the NIL? And is that hard for you guys because you weren't necessarily in this signing $10 million deals in college?
Right. Well, I've got issues on that whole thing, but
I think we all do.
Yeah. But yeah, I got $300 a month, to help cover my rent.
I played softball at Seattle U. Very different than going to the NFL, but I was not in the NIL. I was a catcher in college.
Nice.
Ooh, okay, she protecting it. We must protect this house.
You got a big jumper.
Yeah, big mama.
I feel like it's even harder because even from my experience, in NFL's not, or NIL isn't a factor in other main sports. But it's just different. What they're experiencing is different than what you experience.
Yeah, so I will say the NIL space, two things. I'm personally a fan of the transfer portal and the NIL space. Despite the parameters are not being so finite yet, there's still some rough around the edges. There's still some kinks to work out, but I am a fan of the players getting the leverage because for so many years, hundreds of years, the leverage has always been the NCAA wins off the backs of players, right?
Right.
I think the example that I always use to players when I'm speaking about NIL, I think about Johnny Manziel and the amount of money he made that university, and for him to fall by the wayside and not have a mentor or some type of program in place to say, hey, young man, you're getting ready to come into some money that can change your family's life. Let me show you how to set up some infrastructure, maybe a trust, maybe something that at least sets you up for success, because I know you can do it now when you're a minor or when you're in that younger space. So that way, when you do get it, you at least know how to handle it. Totally. I feel like the system failed him in that capacity. Totally. And he's not the only one. There's a litany of other young men who've played at the Division I collegiate level, who've gone into the professional ranks, who've fallen by the wayside because of lack of guidance, right? And I mean, these are sometimes Hall of Fame type caliber guys, right? Yeah, sure. But so I say I am a fan of the NIL and I'm a fan of the transfer portal because it gives the players leverage. With that being said, some of the kinks and bugs that need to be worked out. We got a lot of work to do, right? Because now we've given them so much leeway to where a player who's never touched the field can request $700,000, and if he doesn't get it, he can leave. Wait,
and they're and talking shit to the coaches because they make more than them.
Right. Yeah. So that part of it does deteriorate from the fabric of the game in a sense that Dave spoke about. The hunger, the desire, like Walt said, the want to, right? The intangibles that me, Walt, and Dave had to when I was surviving off of 866 in Seattle at the University of Washington. Me and CJ Wallace and Deshaun Golson. And Marcel Reed, just struggling, you know what I mean? But playing the game with the hopes and the intent to get an opportunity, right? Sometimes that can get watered down when a kid is making more money in his collegiate first year in college than his entire mom's salary. Totally. You know what I mean? There's a different dynamic that shifts, that happens in those young men's minds. There's a different dynamic that happens in the families of those young players' minds when they think that there might be an opportunity. So I think there's so many different layers that I try to talk to parents about, and young men, and not only young men, but young men and women, athletes, about being in this space, right? Yeah. Coming into your financial prime at such a young age, right?
It's so much money.
Right. We live in a society where most people come in their financial prime, in their mid 50s, later in life. But now you're talking about you're thrusted into it right out of high school. Sometimes these kids in high school
you can't even get a drink legally.
Yeah.
Bingo. Right. Yeah. You can't even be signed up for the selective service, right? but this is where we are. So I think there's some kinks to be worked out. I think in due time it will work itself out. But right now we have to let it run its course. Good, bad, and the ugly, in between, all around, and all the good things, and the things that may not be as comfortable to deal with that comes along with it. And so but I'm encouraged because by it opening up those doors in the football realm, it means that guess what? Down the pike, young ladies, women's sports are just going to go. You know, maybe the WNBA will finally get the money they need. Maybe the softball girls.
The
maybe
collegiate softball pitcher signed her first $1 million deal.
Come on, you know what I mean? Like I know for a fact the young ladies at UW, Danielle Laurie, would have loved to sign that. You know what I mean?
Like that. Yeah, I mean,
come on.
You even think about Johnny Football, which is crazy because to your point, like he's on like reality shows now talking about those mental struggles.
Come on, you know, that's sad.
You know what I mean? Or think about like Carmelo Anthony and in
It's
college.
It's
like
sad.
they made their whole everything off of them.
Absolutely, 100%. So,
right, I have one NIL question for you, and it kind of irks me a little bit, but you know I'm old, so you take $2 million and you play the season, and then your team makes it to a bowl game, which is part of you taking that money, and you decide you're not going to play, and jeopardize your school's chance to win a bowl game, which helps recruiting the following year. If you've accepted money, just like when we accept money on our contract, when we accept money to go to a job, we don't decide which part of the job we're going to do and which part of the job we don't want to do.
Correct.
Do you feel that the young person has that empowerment to say, no, I'm not going to play in this game? If you're taking money.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. Being a contract advisor, breach of contract is breach of contract. You've been contracted to do a job. Do your job at a high level. Not only that, you're a professional. So act like a professional. Part of being a professional is you do your job at a high rate, regardless of how you feel, right, wrong, or indifferent. And if you're on that path to that profession, then you should be acting accordingly as well. Right. I understand business decisions. I understand, hey, well, I don't want to drop my draft grade. But to some degree, if you're not like the number one guy, I'm still a football player. At the end of the day, I'm a football player. I like playing football. So I'm going to play. I want to play football. And so that becomes a discretionary question until it's completely enforced to where it is like stamped. Hey, if you breach, you're fired. You're in trouble. You got to pay it back. Your family has to pay it back. We'll put a lien on yada, yada, yada. Then we're going to have to deal with some of this. When you pray for the rain, you got to deal with the mud, right? So you got to deal with some of this.
Same question about contracts. Because at that point, if you're getting paid that much money at that age, you think about all the fans. I mean, like as a Wazoo fan, we had Cam Ward off money. There he goes.
Right.
John Mateer there off. There he goes.
Yeah.
But then even Carson Beck, like he was with Georgia, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm going to declare for the draft," and then it was like, "Psych, Miami's actually going to pay me more than a rookie contract would in the NFL."
Yeah.
And I just feel like that like, could you imagine, like, as a player when you guys were getting drafted, like to being like, I'll make it when I make it. Like,
yeah, it's funny you say that, young lady, because at the time, I think the only person that me and Walt could remember doing something like that, I think was. I remember Eric Crouch vividly when the St. Louis Rams was like, "Yeah, you're going to be." He was like, "Wait, what? Not, I'm out." Remember, Eric Crouch was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." I think who else pulled that? They were just like, "Yeah, I'm not playing that position." Oh, Tim Tebow too. You know, like, "Yeah, nah, I'm out." You know,
it's
guys,
just unheard of.
Yeah, it's just unheard of. And again, this space that we're in now has given, and social media has given young people somewhat kind of some confidence. You know what I mean? A little what they say, liquid courage. I mean, but literally liquid asset courage, liquid courage. So you get some liquid courage, you can start popping off a little bit more so than we would normally see. And unfortunately, sometimes that can be a player's demise, right? You know,
right. You can't, half the time you can't blame them. I mean, what are you going to decline 10 million at that age?
You have to take it. You have to take it to set your family up for success. And so, again, what comes with that is a lot of the immaturity that comes with just being a young person. It's not a knock on anyone, but we all were that age at one point. So what would you do if someone offered you that amount of money at that age? You're going to get all googly-eyed and have a great time. It's a lot of maturation to process in one signing of a check. And I don't think we as a society
before the frontal lobes even developed.
Bingo. I don't think we take that in consideration.
You know?
So I try to advocate on that side as, hey, understand the mindset and the psyche of some of these gentlemen and young athletes. Some of them, this is a means to change their entire trajectory for the rest of their lives. And now they get to do it at an even earlier age than the guys like me, Dave and Walter had. You know, we got a little bit of delayed gratification. Now these guys can start earning $1 to help out or supplement income in high school.
Yeah.
Total game changer, total different mindset to put that kind of pressure on kids, but to also still want to be a kid. You know what I mean? So there's so many layers to tear back. We can talk about this kind of topic all day long. That's why I'm passionate about what I do when it comes to mentoring young people in the same way that was extended to me, as Walter said it earlier. This is what I like to do. So thank you for those questions. Maybe we can get on your show and do it.
Well, I think that invitation's open, and guys, you know what? It's been a great show. We've already passed our hour, which I don't know what it even matters, because you know we it's not like we can go for 2 hours if we want to, but I respect everybody's time. Hey, Roy, you know, it's always a blast hanging out with you in Arizona. You know, you've during your career did so much for the community. You continue to do a lot for the community. You're a firefighter now. Right? Are you still doing that?
I do. I drive fire trucks. I'm an engineer, so I'm the cool guy that you see driving all the cool trucks.
Man. Hey, next time in Arizona, let's go for a ride. Hey, next time we go to next time in Arizona, we're gonna go for a ride. I want to honk the horn.
Oh yeah, you guys
we frequent Arizona often.
Come by the station, slide down the pole. You guys are good. I'll take you guys on a spin.
What station are you at?
I'm at station 18 over by GCU. So it's off of 23rd Ave in Camelback. Really densely populated area. Super fun. Yeah. The Lopes go.
We
If
lived
I
there
went down
for a
that
year.
pole,
if
I went down that pole, it'd be like.
Well, we got a probationary firefighter that waxes it, so it'll be.
Oh no!
It's gonna be like the Ghostbusters in there, bro. You finna go.
Put some pillows down there.
The freaky one.
No question.
The freaky one gets that job.
Hello. I'm gonna go ahead and sign that pose. So.
Hey, yo.
Yo, that's wow. Yo.
You know what time it is.
Hey, tell us where. Tell everybody where we can find your show, girls.
We are on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Shaking Up the Game. Instagram as well. Shaking Up the Game. TikTok. Shaking Up the Game Pod.
Yeah, it comes out every week.
X, Twitter. It's Twitter. It's not X. It's Twitter.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
All platforms.
Stay relevant, you know.
I want to follow you, girls. Let's do it.
Yeah, and Pete has your information. He's gonna get it out to us. If you guys want to have us on the show, I'll be happy to join you.
Yeah,
for sure.
And talk some more.
For sure.
And Walt, always good seeing you, brother. And so hey, now you're coaching football too?
Yeah, I just coach my son Apollo. He's 6, so I coach his team. Me and Phil Bates, we coach our sons, Phil Bates Jr. and Apollo. So we coach our kiddos, and we want to stay with them until it's time for me to represent them.
Right. That's it. There you go.
And then you're term. Stop playing.
I got all girls. Unless it's a professional flag football.
I do NIL. I do NIL, Walt.
Oh, there you go.
Professional.
Yeah.
Flag football's going professional.
I got some followers and some golfers on my miss. So.
Oh yeah, say less. You know it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Hey, follow us on Hawk Tawk 12 Facebook, Hawk Tawk 12 Instagram, Hawk Tawk 12 YouTube, and we just are signing a streaming deal as well. So we will be on our own channel through Roku and all those other things that those girls are they're already doing. We're just trying to catch up. Nice. Guys, thanks for joining us. I appreciate the time. It was a lot of fun. And guys, we'll see you all next week. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.